Good afternoon, this is Flora from Fabulous Accounting Solutions. These days, a lot of clients keep asking me, is there any tax benefit for this special time? So today we are going to talk about instant asset write-off value and HomeBuilder grant. Hopefully this can answer your questions. So now we start. First thing, we're talking about you claiming instant asset write-off in tax time 2020. So the government said from 12th of March 2020 to end of this financial year, 30th of June 2020, you can just write off your instant asset value up to 150K. That's a big jump from the original 30K. Is it? So that's a good news, and I can bring you another good news. The government announced on 9th of June 2020, that's early of this month, it announced they would like to extend the due date for the 150K from 30th of June up to 31st of December 2020. That's the end of this calendar year instead. So that's a good news. They can extend for another half a year. But it's still not in law yet. So still in the parliament process. But supposed to be that case. But to do the right thing, you have to remember to check if you are an eligible business for this write-off. To be the eligible business, you must have an aggregated turnover less than 500 million. So I think most of small and medium-sized business, it's eligible business. And also, this 150K applied to both new and second-hand assets. So you don't need to worry about if you purchase some second-hand assets. You are still eligible for this if you assets value less than 150K. But remember, this asset must be first used or installed ready for use between 12th of March and end of the due date. Currently it's 30th of June 2020. Just one exemption for car, because the car applies to car limit each year. So this year, same case, if you want to write off, that car is the exception. So you have to purchase a car less than 2020's car limit, that's $57,581. So if your car's value over this amount, you have to depreciate. So you can't apply to that instant write-off for car. So car, that's an exemptional case, but for other assets, it should be okay. Another thing you need to remember, if you asset purchased for both business and private use, you only can claim the business use portion. So that's common sense for all assets. So that's just the same case as previous years. If you put all your assets into a small business pool, I know a lot of small businesses, they just don't want to put too much effort to record all the different assets. So that's why they put all the new purchases assets into one business pool. So if you small business pool's value at the end of the financial year, it's less than 150K, before you do any depreciation on these assets, then you can just claim all of them, all this balance written off at the same time. So that's another good thing for this case. So hopefully it help you. You can get more written off for your business and save tax for tax year 2020. Now we move to the second topic for today. So that's a home builder. These days, a lot of clients ask me if they are eligible for this 25K grant. Before we start, do you know why government announced this home builder grant for individuals? Actually, it's a time-limited program to help residential construction market to bounce back from the coronavirus. So because the government want to get the construction market back. That's the main purpose why they announce this home builder grant. So we all know home builder will provide eligible owner-occupiers with a grant of 25K to build a new home or substantially renovate an existing home, while a contract signed between 4th of June 2020 to 31st of December 2020. So that's to say what the eligible conditions you have to meet before you can apply that grant. You must be a natural person to apply. You can't be company or trust to apply. You must adult. That means you must aged over 18 years old, and you must be an Australian citizen. If you are permanent resident, no, you are not eligible. You must be an Australian citizen. Also, you must meet one of the following 2 income caps. If you are an individual applicant, based on your last year 2019 or this year 2020, your annual income, taxable income, must be less than 125K. If the applicant, that's the couple, like the joint name, last year's taxable income and the current year 2020 taxable income, your couple's family taxable income combined must be less than 200K. Another thing you must pay attention to, you and a building contract date must between what I mentioned before, must between 4th of June 2020 and end of this calendar year, 31st of December 2020. Also, you build a new home as a principal place of residence, where the property value cannot exceed 750K. So that means if you build a new home, as your main place of residence, the value cannot exceed 750K. Although in Sydney it's hard to meet, must be very remote place. A lot of properties value must over that amount. So it's hard to meet, right? But if you don't want to apply by new home, you can apply by renovation your existing home as a principal place of residence. But the renovation contract the value must be between 150K and 750K. And the value of your existing property cannot exceed 1.5 million pre-renovation. So your current home may be less than 1.5 million, and you want to do some renovation, and you can renovation your existing property, but the renovation cost must be between 150K and 750K. After you meet all of these above conditions, the last condition that's the construction must commence on or after 4th of June 2020 and within 3 months of the contract date. So you can't sign the contract and start to build after 3 months. So you must start to build up as soon as possible after you sign the contract during that period of time. If you can meet all the conditions that I mentioned above, then you can apply your home's construction grant called the HomeBuilder grant, 25K on that. Hopefully, it helps. You can check out if you are eligible or not. If you're going to renovate your home or purchase a new home, you can check out as well. I will leave all of these conditions on next page, so hopefully you can check out to see if you meet all the conditions more clearly. So that's all for today. Hopefully it really helps you. So if you have any plan to purchase assets for your business, or you have any plan you would like to renovate your current home, or you want to purchase a new home for your main place of residence, please check out your eligibility first. I will leave all these conditions on next page, help you to check out your checklist. So if you like my channel, please share with others, hit like button, leave comment for any details if you want to know more. And of course, please subscribe my channel, then you wouldn't miss out any topic. I will produce new videos every Sunday. So see you next week. Bye bye.